Hey buddies, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Trend Dealer. So guys, in this amazing episode, we're going to discuss the top overlooked things in The Boys Season 2. Are you guys excited? Let's get started. So keep up with me till the end, comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notification for more videos. Number 7. Starlight's awfully protective of someone who signed her up for experiments. Speaking of Starlight, one must bring up the point that her bond with her mother is also something that's portrayed somewhat inconsistently. It doesn't help that her mother is an awful character, making Starlight's behavior towards her mother feel either incredibly satisfying or immensely frustrating. There's no middle ground here, which makes this dynamic even more irritating. Number 6. Kimiko's brother could have done more against Stormfront. The super terrorist Kenji Miyashiro certainly was an intriguing character, and his scenes with Kimiko were certainly an unexpected highlight of the series. So to watch him fall against Stormfront was especially disappointing given his total lack of effectiveness in the fight. This man was able to incapacitate Homelander, which is no easy feat. Why couldn't he do the same against someone who, while admittedly quite powerful in her own right, was certainly weaker than Homelander? Number 5. Frenchie leaving a metal object near a guy with telekinetic powers is plain stupid. Speaking of Kenji, it must be said that he was part of some truly stupid scenes in The Boys, with perhaps the worst offender being the scene where Frenchie has the smart idea of leaving a metal can right next to a person with telekinetic powers. Surely Frenchie should have realized that this can was a potential hazard next to a person with such a unique superpower. Number 4. Queen Maeve comes in the final fight out of nowhere. Queen Maeve's character develops quite a lot in Season 2, although there are times where her inclusion in the key scenes of the series did feel somewhat forced. The worst offender in this regard comes in the form of this superhero making a surprise appearance during the final confrontation where the girls beat the ever-living crap out of Stormfront, and what is admittedly one of the most satisfying scenes in the entire show. It's just too bad that the entire setup felt slightly contrived from the get-go. Number 3. The Church of the Collective being influential enough to govern the 7 members is quite suspect. The final scenes of the finale almost made us believe that the Church of the Collective and its head, Alistair Adana, had all the power in the world. However, this notion was completely shut down by Victoria Newman, the person who turned out to be the perpetrator behind the exploding heads in the previous episode. That being said, this does make it somewhat weird that the church had the influence to get the A-Train back into the 7, given how their leader was just offed without a second thought the moment he said something that went against Vaught's wishes. Number 2. Newman's eyes milk over when she's using her power in the finale, but not before that. Speaking of Alistair's head exploding, it must be said that the manner in which Newman's body reacted after her using her power didn't exactly match her reaction when the same happened in the previous episode, and that too on a much greater scale. Her eyes should have clouded over at least once during the scene, and yet rewatching this scene reveals that she's just looking at people with a fabricated sense of horror without her eyes showing anything otherwise. Number 1. Homelander's need to be adored by the public feels a bit inconsistent at times. The final episode of Season 2 shows Homelander almost flying into a rage and killing everyone around him before Maeve reveals the airplane video that would completely destroy his image and send his approval among the public spiraling down. That being said, it's not like Homelander has been shown to love the public all the time. If anything, there was that epic fake out which clearly showed Homelander's disdain towards his naysayers, with the dark thought of killing everyone in the crowd coming to his mind as well. And yet, the idea of losing the support of the people who he's not even all that fond of is enough to make him back down and adhere to Maeve's demands. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen now because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.